Now that completes the entire motor chassis subassembly. If you're doing this for the robotics merit badge, you have completed one of the requirements, which is build a subcomponent of a robot system as a minimum. But we'll go ahead and continue finishing out the robot by putting on the next component, which will be the avoidance tracking using these sonar sensors. For the obstacle avoidance, we do use the sonar component where it will send out a signal and then it will receive it back in the other lens. It is optimal if we can move this back and forth so that it can see in a broader angle of view. To do that, we use the servo motor, and this is a very good one. Do not turn the servo motor by hand, it may damage it. Within the package are some bell cranks that the servo motor will mount to. There's also a mounting kit. Now we'll use some of these parts, but not all of them. We'll use this base, and we'll use these two side components, which are very similar, but this component we will not use. The first thing to do is to take one of the side components, and you'll notice that it has a channel here where the servo can sit into. And then a matching part that will slide right here, making the servo very solid. There's also two holes where some screws can go into. We'll use these two screws here and then just drop them into the holes and then tighten them. We'll do the same for the next one. The servo mounts to the bell crank, and the bell crank fits inside our base part. Now notice it's too large, so we've got to trim it. The best way to do that is to grab something that you can cut on. Place the bell crank here. We'll choose a different bell crank. We'll choose this one here. And try to cut it to the size that will fit it into here. And that's about 3 holes available onto this. So cut it straight across on the third hole. Same thing on this side. And you'll notice it's too wide to fit into there, so we'll have to trim it like this by cutting a V. That should fit right in. And it does. All we need to do is take a screw and make it go through to connect it solid. The best way to do this is to take the screw from the bottom and bring it up through the bell crank. You will see it is now connected to the bell crank quite well. The last thing to do is to take your servo, place it onto the bell crank, and you have a hole at the bottom. This allows you to put a screw through the bell crank into the servo shaft and fasten it solid. There, we are complete. The sensor can go onto the assembly simply using rubber bands. There. The last thing to do is to mount it onto the robot. Now this can be done in a couple of different ways. You can use zip ties, you can drill holes and screw this down from the back. Or what I like to do is something that is quite easy, and that's simply a glue gun. Place some glue and set it into place. Simple as that.